Okay, Mui, just a couple quick notes on your test. This is your start sequence. I think your start sequence looks fine. I think it's mainly when you go into your long stroke, you're going a little bit far back. So you'll see multiple different angles here, but so right here, probably I would say, I think we talked about this last time I was at Rosemead as well. Once you get your arms to about here, you want to start actually just going into your follow through. You should be relaxing and recovering back around with the lower hand. So what I'm talking about is here. If you look on the left side now, so you can see, I'm pulling. Once I get to my hip, you can see my arms are starting to relax here. So the follow through happens just because, you pulled on the paddle shaft and it's coming towards you. But you can see right when I get to around my hip, relaxing and curling it around and coming back forward. So the biggest difference here is as you get to around this range, your top arm keeps pressuring down and you're pulling basically horizontal at that point. So all of this right here, so instead of continuing to pull right here, you should be looping around, coming back forward. Okay? So a good long pull, but on this particular aspect, you should be finishing your pull right here, going into the follow through. But you're still pressuring too hard with the top arm past the point there. So you can see you're kind of flying up, back, instead of out and around. So let's see if we can go to a front view. Sorry. Okay. Alright. I think probably somewhere around. Okay, this is probably a good view. So once you sit up to around this range, so right here, see how your lower arm keeps going back? Okay, I'm going to move this to the front view on this side. Okay, so you'll notice as we go into the pull here, when I get to the hip, my top hand's around where my knee is. So if we look probably around here, right? And you can see right after that, I'm exiting. Loop around, come forward. Okay, instead of going back further like that. Okay. So you can see the recovery is a little bit different. Primarily because of how far you're pulling back. Okay, other than that, I think that's the biggest item here. I think you definitely kind of worked on a little bit your top hand. Remember I talked about making sure your blade is squared. Your top hand looks a little bit better, but you want to make sure that T handle is not crooked as you're pulling. So T handle, remember we want the T handle to be nice and straight here, right? So I think it's a little bit better than last time I was over at Rosemead, but there's still just a little bit of tweaking you can do there on that top hand. All right. Okay, I think that's it.